Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Have your attention, please. Good evening and welcome to Brown Deer High School for our 2014-2015 Activities Board meeting. My name is Mike Novak, I'm the Activities Director, and this is a great year to be a Falcon, so thank you very much for being here. Here's a brief outline of our meeting for tonight. We're going to have some comments from our Superintendent, Dr. Deborah Kerr, followed up by our Brown Deer Athletic Booster Club President, Mr. Steve Gillis. Following Steve, we will have our athletic trainer, Amanda Borg, have a few things to say, and I will follow her up with a presentation having to do with our activities code. When I'm finished, we'll have the opportunity then to sign the parent-student attendance form. Now, those are not out yet. Those will come out at the end of the meeting. They're at the two tables that you see up here. We'll pass out some attendance slips to you, and there's plenty of pens up here sponsored by the Air Force that you can use. I think they work. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But take them when you're finished with them, please. And following your attendance slip going into the box, we are going to have fall in-season breakout meetings. So that is for our fall sports. And we'll be meeting throughout this field house, and one group will be in the commons. After that, we have other coaches that are here tonight. There's a meet and greet for those. You introduce yourself to one of our coaches, and we'll have an opportunity to talk to any other coaches that are hosting at this time, too. I do have a few brief announcements. Our booster club, our athletic booster club, has a membership table that's right outside of our commons right now. That is offering season passes to all of our games, and also they have volunteer opportunities. In addition, there's a area set up with some sports-specific apparel for Falcon wear. In addition to that, as you walk in, off to your left-hand side, as you walk in on the wall, there is the athletic department has a wall display. And in that wall display, there's sports-specific Falcon t-shirts. There's a design, one for every sport, and what it shows is Freddie the Falcon beasting out and doing a great job in their sport. So check those out. There's an online address that you can go to purchase one of those online. So take an information slip that's on the table right below most as we look at the sport that you're interested in, grab one of those and then go online and you can purchase that online. Mrs. Anwar, the activities secretary, will be in the activities office after this meeting if you are interested in receiving paperwork or you have paperwork to turn in to get your pink slip. Many of you, of course, already have that thing for fall sport, but if you are going on for a sport in another season and you're here in attendance, we ask that you stop by, check with her, and she can further on any details that you might need to provide you with actual information. At this time, what I'd like to do is give way to some comments from our superintendent, Dr. Kerr. Welcome, please.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank all of you who supported the refinance referendum this past Tuesday. We won resoundingly with over 71%. So thank you very much from your community and parents. It's an amazing showing of commitment to the education in our community, and we're very proud of that pass. So that will allow us to use our money very efficiently in our classrooms. I'd also like to thank the parents who are here tonight. I know we see each other all throughout the sports season, but we really appreciate all of your involvement here in the school, behind the scenes, to make sure our kids are ready to go and prepared and come to school ready to learn. And I call our students who participate in sports scholar athletes, because that's exactly what they are. Because year after year, they produce the highest grade point averages of students in our school. So thank you, parents, and thank you, students, athletes, scholar athletes, who are making it all possible. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Please welcome Mr. Steve Gillis, President of our Brown Deer Athletic Club.
Thanks, Mike. I just want to say a few words on behalf of the Athletic Booster Club. The past 5 years, our school facilities have undergone a major upgrade. Classrooms, buildings, school grounds, athletic fields, this field house. Just look around you, the changes are very significant. The school is now a significant point of pride for all around here. Our facilities have also opened up new opportunities for us to host events that we were never considered for before. We now host regional games, regional playoffs, sectional playoffs, national AAU tournaments come here. We welcome people from across the state and across the country to Brown Deer. At all of these events, you will see concessions being sold. Our Athletic Booster Club supports events year-round through the generosity of our volunteers that want to make sure that our guests have a positive experience here at Brown Deer. Our student athletes are now involved. A portion of the proceeds that we derive, especially from the AAU tournaments, go directly into their team account that's administered through Mike and the athletic department in return for their hours. That means less pizzas have to be sold, less candy has to be sold. They're getting reimbursed directly for the hours that they donate to the Booster Club. And that opportunity really stems from the new facilities. But none of this really can happen without leadership from our Booster Club volunteers. Tonight, I'm looking for those of you who want to help demonstrate that Brown Deer pride by becoming an active member of our Booster Club. Our most immediate need is for a coordinator for girls volleyball, which is starting in a few weeks. Without additional help in that role, we most likely will not offer concessions at our matches for girls volleyball. So please consider volunteering. Like Mike pointed out, we do have a table out in the hallway where we're selling our passes. And if anybody's interested, we will easily train you. We have all the things set up. It's really just having to be there, showing up, and putting some volunteers hours out there so we can continue to support all our athletic teams. We have a single Booster Club that supports all the girls and the boys athletic teams here around here. We've been very successful. So thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you a little later and stop by.
Thank you, Mr. Gillis. And now I'd like to welcome our athletic trainer, Amanda Orchard, who represents Frederick Memorial Hospitals. Thank you, Linda. I'd like to present you the information that I have for you for our activities board. And the activities code is something that you all sign if you are currently in sport, or will sign again if you're coming out for a sport and have been out for one before. Just pause for a second here. Folks, if you'd like to come out and have a seat right now, so you don't have to stand, we'll give you that opportunity, guys. Our activities code is a document that changes from year to year and needs to be updated on a regular basis. This year's a little different though. After being completely written 3 years ago, we don't have any changes of significance in our activities code, which is a good thing. When I think about the activities code, it reminds me of a story of 2 friends of mine that are construction workers. Their names are Lester and Rodney. And they were sitting down for lunch one day, and they opened up their pails, and Lester opened up his lunch pail and goes, "Oh no, not again, bologna sandwiches." This is the 3rd time this week, and it's only Wednesday. Well, Rodney said to Lester, "Well, why don't you tell your wife to make me something different?" He goes, "Well, you know me better than that. I'm not married. I make my own lunches for myself." You know, there's a lesson we learned from this story, and that is that most of the belonging that we deal with in life, we make for ourselves. So that's what the code is about. Because when we don't live up to our expectations, we have to live with the results. And just like the upcoming seasons, we do promise you activities that provide you with a learning experience. And whether that's a positive or a negative experience is really up to you. The activities code is written with the whole expectation that chemical health violations and other behavioral concerns will be brought into check. The code is fairly applied and without prejudice. It's not to punish, but to provide standards to prevent violations and other concerns. Now, our activities code is divided into 3 different areas. The first one is academics, the second one is behavior, and the third part is our training rules. Academically, we expect our students to pass all their classes, and we expect them to maintain their credits and stay within reach of graduation. When the students and the parents sign up and sign that code contract, they agree to abide by the rules that are written in that code. And that means that we live with the rules as is. We make them no more easier or more difficult than they're stated in our code. And that means if you want to go against the code and make the rules more difficult than they're stated, such as maybe pulling your child off of a team for your own reasons, they will not be welcome back onto that team in that season. Coaches have only the opportunity to work with their players under the circumstances that they have. In some cases, we have teams that make cuts, and the space is only 4 in your student once they make the team. So it's very important, and we expect our students and our parents and our administration to abide by the contracted rules that we live by on a day-to-day basis. The second part of our code has to do with behavior, and the code was designed as a deterrent for students from becoming involved in risky or dangerous behaviors. When you misbehave, word gets around, and teachers and coaches and other staff members communicate. Students gossip about what happens outside of school, and word gets back. There are some types of behaviors that are not acceptable, nor are they tolerated. No one wants a thief in the locker room. We demand trust. No one wants to be judged by a teammate who cannot control his temper or his behavior. You hurt our team, our reputation, you hurt our integrity. If you can't be trusted with your actions, why would we want you to represent us in a sport on the road with our teams? The third area of our code is based on our training rules. These training rules discourage chemical health violations, and those are defined as illegal use of tobacco, alcohol, drugs, performance-enhancing drugs, and medications without prescriptions. Remember, these are illegal, and they're written in our code to reinforce them. My intention, again, is not to read that code for you. The book is too long, you don't have enough time, and I don't have enough energy to read through it all right here today. But I want to comment on some of those highlights and make you familiar with the code. If you have any questions about different parts of the code, please contact me at a later time and we can discuss those if you'd like to. If you have concern of any type that does pop up during the year, the code addresses the proper protocol to follow, the proper method of addressing concern. Parents, it's important for you to speak with your child regarding their issues or your issues. And if necessary, then have your student or your child speak with their coach. We want your child to develop the ability to learn to speak confidently with an adult. It's never okay to bypass your child and for you to go directly to the coach, the activities director, or to the principal. Please be familiar with our protocol as stated in our activities code. And for all the parents and athletes not familiar with our athletic programs, you need to know that there's a new level of dedication that's expected of you when you're in high school that may not be there necessarily or required of you when you're in grade school. This dedication is one that prioritizes the team's practices and the team's competitions and those schedules. We ask that you honor your schedules by not scheduling personal appointments and family or personal activities during these important times and dates. A team is dependent on all its team members in order to be successful. In addition, Brown Deer has always been known for its good sportsmanship. We have a lot to be proud of, and our students know that. And as they walk around our buildings right now and walk around our campus, they walk around with a different type of swagger that we've never seen here around here before. There is certainly that which is defined as Falcon pride. Our actions, though, speak louder than our words. If you're in the stands in any of our contests and you have a family member or a guest that acts inappropriate or has something to say inappropriate about a player, a coach, or an official, we expect that you would get them under control so as not to embarrass everyone around you or involved with us. Please help us maintain our high sportsmanship standards as players, coaches, parents, and as fans. That pretty much concludes the things that I have to say here tonight. I didn't want to say that right now. We have some sheets to pass out to you for attendance, and I'll ask the coaches to come forward and pass those out to all of you. On those forms, when we do fill them out, there's space there for the signature of your student and for the parent. Please write them legibly so that we can make out whose it is and give you credit for your attendance at this meeting tonight, because it is a mandatory meeting that we are attending tonight. And then after you're finished with that, please take a pen that's there. If it works, that's great too. Use that pen and you can take it with you. And then please place your sheet right in one of those boxes that's up here. We do have some of our fall breakout meetings right now for our fall and season sports. And I'll tell you where those locations are right now. Boys soccer will be right over here in the northeast bleachers. Girls volleyball in the southeast bleachers, right in this area. And then behind me, we will be having our girls swim team meet in the northwest bleachers, which is right over here. Right behind me in the center of the west side bleachers is the cross-country team. And our girls tennis team will meet in the southwest bleachers right over here. Football will be meeting on the east side of the commons, so there's chairs out there that can pull off the stacks and have a seat there for the green. Now, I should also conclude this by saying there's a reason you're on this side of the floor as opposed to being on the big side of the complex, and I would have to address this empty area right over here. And that's because we have a problem with the bleachers today. We're came out so far, and some electrical problem that needs to be corrected very shortly when the repair man comes. So that's be up in Laconia, which is in Rosedale. So if you'd like to make that trip up there, it's a nice place up there up in the country. And our varsity will be there as scheduled for the Friday night. The following Tuesday, which is September 2nd, our varsity reserve game against Shorewood, that was supposed to be here, will be at Shorewood. Then we'll be back here for our first home football game on September 5th, when we play the Rockets, South Milwaukee. We'll look forward to that. So, oh yes, Booster Club passes will work over in Milwaukee with them. You can go over there, and they will also be for sale too. So make sure you get your Booster Club pass to get to all football games. That game is our game, or we just change location because of the situation. So please be aware of that. Having said that, and you know where your meeting is going to be for your fall sport, and thank you very much for attending our activity sport meeting for 2014-2015. Have a successful year. Remember, it's a great year to be a Falcon. Go Falcons! Coaches, if you could please come here and address the police council.
I got Peppers last time. I didn't want it to be like this. Thank you.
You want something flatter to write on?
I think we got one of the pens that doesn't work.
Yes. They're going to say
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
get those pens.
I brought my own.
I did not, I just grabbed my keys. I didn't give it a lesson. I didn't know that.
Sure, you can be out there running around. Okay, now you just need to find your son. Yeah, he's over there in the
Yellow.
Do I have to like sign it, signature? Yeah. I left it down on there. I got that first time work. Nice. Yeah. That signature is awesome. I think shit is always stellar. I'll take the pen and put that in the box. Right here? Oh, I think I meant like, I did by the